Hi there, this is Sheri Lee Myers. Welcome to How to Connect with Angels. We believe that no matter what, every person has the unconditional love and help of angels, our messengers from God. But we have to be willing to believe, and we have to be willing to ask. That's what our film, The Glitch, that we are shooting here in New Orleans is all about, with the help of some amazing music and talent. If you're curious, visit us at theglitchmovie.com and take a look. But now, right now, let's talk to someone who's devoted to helping us make a divine connection. Courtney Long is an angel communicator, fairy expert, life purpose intuitive, author, speaker, hypnotherapist, and a master's level social worker. She inspires spiritual individuals to discover their divine life purpose, their gifts and passions and talents, to activate their intuition and confidently connect with the angels and the fairies so they can fulfill their purpose in a passionate and prosperous way. Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. We have Courtney Long, who is such a gift basket of incredible talent and ability to connect with our divine helpers in so many ways. We are going to have the best interview, Courtney. Hi. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm so good. Thank you so much, Sheri, for having me. I'm so happy.
Oh, I am too. I am so happy too. We have such a great life story to start with. Your life story, I'm going to say. And I would like you to just plunge right in and please share with us what your life was like.
It wasn't until my adult years that I really understood who the angels are and how they are interacting with us each and every day. And a big part of my story, really, in my journey was just this sense of always feeling a calling to help other people, but never really figuring out what that was going to look like. I went to college at the University of Michigan, and I thought I wanted to do graphic design, but that just wasn't quite feeling right. And then I settled on a psychology major, and I thought, well, that will be good. That will be good for helping people. But then when I was done with my psychology undergrad degree, I thought, well, now what? I still felt directionless, basically. And so I decided to get a master's degree in social work because I thought, well, that's a good way to help people.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it just never felt right. It was like I knew that wasn't my calling, but I knew it was at least something. So I finished the program, even though it didn't quite feel right. And I was in Michigan. Then I moved to Phoenix, Arizona. And then I started working as a social worker. And thankfully, somewhere along the line, I discovered life coaching. And I had this very strong knowing and feeling that was part of my calling. I was meant to be a life coach and help people that way, which is really cool because it's very similar to social work, but
it is different. And tell us, how is being a life coach different?
Yeah, well, it's so focused on supporting someone where they are now and where they want to go, and really honoring them where they're at, and even bringing in a spiritual aspect if they want to, but it's just honoring whatever their spiritual beliefs are, or honoring that they are a strong, empowered person. So it's not about seeing them as a weak person with all these struggles, but it's saying, okay, you have struggles, you're a human being. That's part of the journey. But what gems of wisdom have you gained from those struggles? Awesome. And what do you want to do with that? Because I find a lot of people, when they have struggles, those struggles are meant to help them learn and grow. And a lot of times they're meant to help other people who are going through similar struggles. We learn so much from pain, right? I mean, we learn a lot from joy and good times as well. And a lot of times the pain, it's almost like a navigation system that helps us get on the right track. It says, oh, something's not quite right here. Let me readjust. Yeah.
So now here you are, you're a life coach. You've become a life coach, and you're really answering the calling and feeling the calling. When did you have your experience with Dr. Kim?
with
Dr. Kim, isn't it Dr. Kim, where you met, the angels came and...
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Okay, yes. So I had this amazing experience with Dr. Kim in the midst of my journey of becoming a life coach. And then I also was becoming a hypnotherapist and just dealing with some health concerns. And I was healing from an eating disorder and just going through a lot of shifts internally. And I went to see my naturopath doctor, just like I regularly did. And she did acupuncture sessions for me. And this one day, out of the blue, she asked me if I knew Archangel Michael. And I said, well, I know of Archangel Michael, but kind of like, what do you mean? Do I know Archangel Michael,
like,
right?
Not personally.
Yeah, exactly. And so she explained a little bit, and she asked if I'd be okay if we invited Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael into my acupuncture session. And, she explained how Archangel Michael helps with strength and courage, and Archangel Raphael helps with healing and health. And I said, oh, for sure. I was definitely open to it. So I laid on the acupuncture table, and it was one of the most profound experiences I've ever had, because she sang a song. It was really beautiful. She invoked the archangels through this song, and she had her hand on my arm, and then she inserted the acupuncture needles just like normal. But I felt this wave of comfort and love all over my body, as though I was in a cocoon of love. Like, it was almost as though I could feel the angels' presence under my body, lifting me up and then surrounding me. And I'd had acupuncture several times, had never had anything like that.
Yeah.
So I felt, oh my gosh, these angels are real. That was really just that was the only proof that I needed. And then of course I had more and more and more proof over the years. But that moment was just it was a life changer for me to actually feel the angels and their love.
Because now it's as though the angels said to you, hey, we're here. We are here with you to support you and to love you and to help you. Now, because what happened next? What were you doing next after that?
Yeah. And next I went on to really explore and connect with the angels even more. And one of the ways that my gifts opened up was by flying to Kona, Hawaii, and doing a beautiful training with Doreen Virtue. And I did her very last in-person angel therapy practitioner training.
Wow.
And it was incredible. And at the time, I had no idea why I was going, because I knew I believed in angels and loved them. And I was starting to kind of write with the angels. I was writing my book, Authentic and Free, and just like I was working with them. But I had no idea why I felt this strong calling to go become an angel therapy practitioner. And I even joked with my own coach at the time. I said, I'll never be telling anyone that I'm going to this angel training. I don't know why
you never heard it here either. I'm disappearing for a week. Yeah, I'd be, a year or two ago, I would have been in the same place. Yeah.
Wow.
Huh.
Yeah. It was wild. And then at the training, experiencing all of these beautiful angels that, again, I could feel their presence in the room. And then Doreen just basically threw us into doing intuitive readings for each other. And she taught us how intuition works. And I had no idea that I could do an intuitive reading. And so just having this experience, and this very high vibrational experience, very loving, very joyful, my gifts opened up. And I say it's like they came alive like fireworks all around me and within me. Yeah. And
wow.
It's amazing. It's just, so special. And it's like, it makes me speechless for a moment. I'm in such gratitude.
I can tell. And it's really wonderful for me to interview people who are, so available emotionally. I mean, you work so closely with people and your one-on-ones with people. I'm going to have to jump right now to what you do on YouTube and what you do with all of the groups. Can we talk about that? Because I want people to have a chance to get with your work and be on that healing trip. Tell us what you do.
Yeah, well, my passion is really helping people connect with their own angels and their fairies as well, their nature angels. And I love helping people to open up and develop their own intuition and intuitive gifts, and then also discover their life purpose and that calling that they have inside of them, and discover what their gifts are and their passions and talents, and really what is that meaningful difference that they're here to make in the world, to share their gifts and their love and creativity, and to pave this beautiful path. Because I find many people are being called right now to do something in the world that's never been done. Right? Kind of similar to the Glitch movie, right? There's never been anything done like this. This is very divinely guided.
This is new. Yes, you're right. It has not been done like this. I want to talk about the book that you wrote, which is called Authentic and Free, From Shame to Self-Acceptance. I have to say, everyone, please buy this book. Where can we get the book? Do we get it on your website, Courtney?
Yeah. Yes, you can get it on my website, which is CourtneyLongAngels.com, or also on Amazon. You can go right onto Amazon.
Authentic and Free on Amazon. Hey, there it is. Okay, Authentic and Free on Amazon by Courtney Long. Courtney, this is a very special book. This is a very personal book. And it's about your journey. Can you tell us what motivated you to write?
Yeah, well, I was motivated to write this book because of how many young people are and were committing suicide over who they are, particularly in the LGBT community, in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community. And I was just extremely disgruntled and just alarmed by how many people are not loving themselves, and to the point of actually committing suicide. And I realized, well, I'd been on this incredible, amazing and painful journey of learning to love myself and learning to transform so much shame into self-acceptance and into self-love. And a big part of my journey was healing from an eating disorder, and also learning to accept my bisexuality, because I knew since I was a teenager that I was bisexual, but I grew up in a religion where that wasn't an okay thing, right?
Oh,
it was
my goodness. A Lutheran?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or a Catholic? Yeah.
Yes.
And in Michigan, sure, I grew up in Ohio. I grew up in a small town in Ohio. I can imagine. Tell me more. So that you grew up in this small town and you wrote to yourself, didn't you?
Yes, I journaled all the time, and many of my journal excerpts are in the book. So,
I love that. I love that. That's so honest. It's so courageous. I really, really want to acknowledge that, because I think of the notebooks I have, and I think, would I print those? Nah. But you had a mission. You had a reason. And so the book, does it track a period of your life? What is it about?
Yeah, it starts out in the more present time in a coffee shop where I'm chatting with a friend, and she's telling me, gosh, Courtney, you seem like you've just got it all together. You're so happy. Life is so good. And I said, well, it might seem that way, but I said it wasn't always this way. And then the next chapter starts in my early childhood around first grade. And then it just goes throughout growing up, especially through my teenage years and young adult years. And it just kind of tracks the whole journey of my self-discovery and discovering my life purpose and healing from the eating disorder, and just learning to love myself. And it just was such a profound journey. And the book doesn't actually even talk about the angels. It's more of my journey prior to connecting with all of the angels. But what's so interesting looking back is I know that the angels were guiding me all along. I just wasn't aware of them and their presence. It's like the way I see it now, the way that I tell so many of my clients, it's almost like the angels are at our front door knocking and ringing the doorbell,
Yes.
and they're saying, let us come in and help you.
Yes.
But since we've got free will, we have to open the door. We have to ask them for help. And I just didn't know to ask. And so, but I know that they were there guiding me all along.
And what is the difference in your life between then and now?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, sorry.
Come on, Courtney. How great is it to have the angels help? How do you work with your angels now?
Yeah, I work with the angels every day, and I ask them for everything, whether it's something small, like I misplaced my keys, where are my keys? Or I'm trying to find a good parking spot, angels, where is that parking spot? Or big things, whether it's creating a new program for my clients or financial abundance. The angels love to help us with money, by the way. They just love helping us with that. Yes. And I would just say overall, my life feels so much more peaceful. And I still have challenges. I mean, by all means, still human and on quite a journey.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
I always know that I can call on the angels for help with anything, and that just brings me such a sense of comfort and even that sense of I don't know if this is a common experience, or Sheri, if you've even experienced this, but like I've just always had this sense of loneliness in my life. Like I'm just like, even though I have a wonderful family and friends, and I've been in wonderful relationships, there was always this kind of underlying feeling of I'm all alone. And once I started working with the angels, it was like that went away. And
right.
yeah.
You are loved. You are loved. Yes. You are loved. And you now you know it. So you have this amazing webinar, which is free. And y'all, come on. It's a free webinar. And it's called Angel Abundance, right? Angel Abundance? Come on, let's talk about angels and abundance. Let's talk about the webinar.
Yeah, and the subtitle of the webinar, I just love. It's Claim Your Divine Inheritance of Money, Love, and Joy. Okay. And the idea is that we all have a divine inheritance, that before we were born, that the universe agreed to fund our journey, to fund our life purpose. So on a soul level, we agreed to a mission, to complete this mission and help the world and, make the world a better place. And the universe or God or source or spirit, however you refer to it, said, okay, your mission is funded. So there's this divine inheritance of everything that we need in order to fulfill our purpose, including money, including opportunities, support, and supplies. And as caring people in the world, we're not meant to struggle with money. We're all really meant to be abundant. And there's actually angels that specialize in abundance called Angels of Abundance. And there's also money angels who specialize specifically in money. And there's a beautiful angelic being named Masalkor, who I call him the angel of money. And he's almost the soul or the higher self of money. If you think of money as having, being made of energy and money. Yeah. And so it's like this more angelic presence that guides money. And the whole idea is to team up with money to make the world a better place. Kind of like the angels are our team members in fulfilling our purposes. Mm-hmm. And then Masalkor, or money, is meant to also be a team member in fulfilling our purpose. That we're meant to make a difference and make money, because the more money that we make, the more people that we can help.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Is there a series that you do on YouTube?
Yes, absolutely. I do. I have a weekly video called Angel and Fairy Insights.
I love it.
Yep. So every single week I release the videos on Sunday, and it's channeled guidance from the angels and fairies for that specific week. And it's so much fun because a lot of people say, I felt like you were talking just to me.
Yeah, I saw the comments. You have a real fan base too. I mean, people love this YouTube video.
Oh
and it's beautiful. You do a great job. I really want people to go and see this. And you get a really great blast of seeing someone who's just so lit up and personable and has done her work and has done her healing, and she's here to help us Thank you, Courtney.
Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you.
Thank you, Sheri. Oh my gosh.
It's just real. You have these brilliant tools that are just right there for people. You also have a 1-year course, and it's called Angel Ambassadors. What's it called?
Angel Abundance Ambassador Club.
Okay.
Yep. And the subtitle is Manifest Money for Your Mission of Making the World a Better Place.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Great. And it is, tell me more about it.
Yeah, it is. It's an amazing course. It's a class that really helps people transform their relationship with money and work with the angels to manifest money, particularly people who have that calling to make the world a better place. And it could be people who they are light workers or healers, or they have some kind of gifts to share. But it could be people even in traditional jobs who just feel a sense of, they really want to help other people and they're not quite sure how. So part of the program does involve discovering your purpose and your gifts and your passions and talents. And a lot of it is about working with Core and working with the angels of abundance, and also clearing and healing all this old money karma and clearing ancient vows of poverty that you may have taken in past lives, or
that past life.
yeah.
And that one, oh yes, there you go. I remember.
Exactly.
So my darling, okay, here's a question. It goes all year, so is it what, once a month, once a week? What is it?
Yeah, it's actually each class. There's 12 main classes, and each class is broken down into 3 shorter video classes. And then there's also an angelic healing guided meditation that goes along with it. And that guided meditation is the most important part, honestly, because it involves hypnotherapy techniques that work with the subconscious mind to help the subconscious to remove old limiting beliefs and patterns and fears and really all the stuff and the gunk that stands in the way of abundance. So it's, very much a clearing and then an activation of abundance on an energetic level. And like you said, on a cellular level. And the course, there's different times that I run it where it's running as where people do it all together, but it's also available to anyone at any time, and they can just pick it up at their own pace. They can take one course a month. They can take, one course a week. Just it's completely self-paced. Okay. So it's
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love what you do. Now you also, so you have the YouTubes, and people can sign up. Y'all can just sign up and start getting these YouTube, these wonderful missives, these wonderful enlightening messages, and these delivered. I mean, you can get them and subscribe. And I would suggest doing that. We need all the tools we can get. And Courtney, let's talk for a minute about what's going on a global scale. I don't mean to just, let's just talk about the planet. But I know that you see this as part of a movement because it's growing, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Yeah. And more people are waking up to who they really are and realizing that life is so much more than what we used to think. It's so much more than wake up, take care of the kids, go to your 9-to-5 job, come home, take care of the house, go to bed. Just this sense of kind of being on autopilot, and that there's so much going on spiritually. And it's just such a beautiful time to be on the planet. And so many more people are connecting with their angels. And part of the whole purpose really is to help shift the planet into just a place of greater love and a place of greater connection with each other. And so the more that we connect with our angels, it helps us to be more peaceful and more loving, and can help us to share more of that love with each other as well. So, right? There's the celestial angels, and then there's the earth angels, and we are meant to help each other.
And you said something really poignant. I think it was on the YouTube that I just listened to. You were saying, you were drawing the cards, and you said one card was family, and really love your family. Love your family. Find the place in your heart where you love them. It's a leap, isn't it? Or no?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. It really is, because so many of us are used to operating from fear. Our whole society is so fear-based, right? It's like, whoa, like lock your doors, there's a stranger around, or don't talk to a stranger. I mean, I remember the Berenstain Bears book growing up, Don't Talk to Strangers. Like I literally was taught, don't talk to strangers. And now as an adult, I talk to strangers all the time.
All the time. Please.
But anyway, I mean, of course, now I use my intuition. I don't talk to everybody, but I talk to people I'm guided to. But yeah, it's like we come from this fear-based society, and our knee-jerk reaction oftentimes is self-protection or self-preservation. And I love asking the question, what would love do in any particular scenario? Instead of like, what would fear do? What would love do? Or let's just say you're trying to make a decision for yourself, and to ask yourself, is this decision that I'm making coming from love, or is it coming from fear? Yep. And usually love is the answer.
Usually love is the answer. Yeah. Great. Now, if I came to you and I said, Courtney, I don't know what I'm doing in my life, what would you do?
Well, I would, first of all, as a coach, I would ask you some wonderful questions to help you come to some clarity. And then the different ways that I would be able to help are, I have an online school that has a variety of classes. And one of the classes is called Illuminate Your Purpose, 12 weeks to clarity and confidence in your calling. And great. I would offer that class and just see if it would be something, that you'd be drawn to. And the class is such a beautiful opportunity to reflect on what your gifts are and your purpose, and do some of the angelic healing guided meditations to clear out the self-doubt and the insecurity that so many of us have been programmed with, and really bring forth your own confidence and courage that once you know what your purpose is, then you feel confident to actually do something about it, right? And live your purpose. That's important.
Yeah. And you are also asking people to make it their work. And it's not their work with you, it's their work with themselves. And I've have this recurrent theme now that our angel therapists, our helpers, our healers are asking their clients to be ready to take on the responsibility that it's their healing, and it's really up to you. Don't be codependent with your psychic. That's not it. That ain't it anymore. We all have to take these tools on with our lives, that's the course. Take the course. Have you taken the course? No. Well, when are you going to take the course? It's okay. Absolutely. So that's part of it. So there's classes, and then there's healings with you. How do we?
Yeah, I also do private client sessions, and they're very limited because most of my time is spent teaching at this point, which is wonderful. I love teaching. But I do private client sessions. I do divine purpose angel readings where we connect angels, and I channel the angels and talk with them, and we really ask questions about someone's life purpose. It could just be, as simple as, what is my purpose, or what are my gifts, and how do I fulfill my purpose? And so people ask all kinds of questions in the angel reading, and it's a really profound experience. So I love basically being able to help people to understand their angels' messages through a reading, but also to help them to connect with their intuition and their angels, so that once they've got that basic information of, okay, here's my purpose, now how do I fulfill it, one day at a time, which happens through trusting our intuition and asking for signs and looking for those signs and following those signs. And just like you said, it takes so much courage to trust our intuition and to really be on that path of our purpose. So exactly what you said, my passion is to help bring in the angels' messages, and then help other people to be able to hear their own angels along the way as well.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Courtney. I want to close this with an invitation that you can take a moment, and anything that you feel motivated, compelled, or inspired to say that would be from your higher sources, please go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Right away, I'm feeling the presence of Archangel Michael. and also Archangel Shamuel. And Shamuel is the angel of pure love and connections and relationships. And he helps us to love ourselves. And he also helps us to connect with the people that we're meant to connect with. And what these two archangels are saying is to believe in yourself and to know that you are loved and you're lovable, and all of those challenges that you've been through in your life, they've all been perfect. Even though they might have felt difficult, challenging, might have felt like you were doing something wrong, you were always doing the best that you could, and you were really fulfilling your purpose in those moments. So every challenge has been part of your purpose. And the angels are showing me right now just this image of you really being in your own light and your own power, as though you are an earth angel with these big earth angel wings, and you've got a message to share with people and a really bright light that this world needs. So your light is needed in the world, and the angels want to help you to connect with people and to help other people in even more significant ways than you can imagine. So they're just showing you teaming up with them, working with your angels to really feel that you're fulfilling your purpose and you're helping to make the world a better place. And the angels are just, they're blowing you lots of kisses, and they're just really reassuring you how much they love you. Awesome.
Thank you, Courtney. Oh, this was so delightful. So delightful. Bless you for everything you do. And I will be seeing you in Phoenix. Okay?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And thank you so much, Sheri. I'm so grateful and honored that you asked me to share today. And I'm just excited to connect with everybody, and so excited about the Glitch movie too.
Well, more of that later. All right, darling. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you liked this recording and benefited from it, please, for heaven's sake, share it with your friends. If you loved it and want to hear more, go to theglitchmovie.com/how to connect with angels, where you can listen and subscribe. Thank you so much.